Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has just revealed his next opponent, and surprisingly, he's not fighting Lamont Roach. Despite being the WBA lightweight champion and saying he'll have a packed 2025, Tank recently confirmed that Roach won't be his next fight. Instead, he's going with the same opponent he mentioned after his last fight, the one who even stopped by his locker room.
Well, what is?
You might say it in a minute. You definitely might say it in a minute.
It looks like a lot of fans are frustrated with Gervonta "Tank" Davis right now. Even though he hasn't officially named his next opponent, he's made it clear that it won't be Lamont Roach. This has sparked backlash, with many accusing him of avoiding a real challenge. Some believe Tank sees Roach as too much of a threat and is dodging the fight to protect his record. Fans are also pointing out that if Roach's last fight, where many thought he was robbed, was ruled a draw, then a fair decision could have seen him win outright.
This year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
Well, what is?
Gervonta "Tank" Davis didn't get the knockout many expected in his latest fight at the Barclays Center. Instead, his WBA lightweight title bout ended in controversy. In the 9th round, Davis appeared to drop to one knee and even walked to his corner to wipe his eyes. However, the referee didn't call it a knockdown or issue a disqualification. The fight continued, and in the end, it was ruled a draw, an outcome that surprised many fans. Despite being with premier boxing champions, Davis has not aligned himself with major promotions like Matchroom Boxing or Top Rank, which have connections to Turki Al-Sheikh.
All the bull crap.
You said that you have your opponents mapped out. So who are the opponents for the final stages of your career?
Not to cut you out, I don't really...
Since being dubbed the face of boxing after his 2023 win over Ryan Garcia, Gervonta "Tank" Davis has only fought twice, defeating Frank Martin before taking on Lamont Roach. However, his career was briefly put on hold when he was placed under house arrest and later taken into custody in 2023 after pleading guilty to traffic offenses related to a hit-and-run incident. Looking ahead to 2025, Tank has set a goal to stay more active in the ring. "I want to fight more this year, hopefully 3 times, Davis said. "Roach comes first, and then we'll figure out the rest from there."
But it's just like, you know?
Anyone in mind that you're thinking about after Roach?
No, not yet. I'm just trying to focus on him right now. And then once we get him out the way, then we can,
If Gervonta "Tank" Davis truly plans to fight 3 times this year, the big question is, who's next? While he talks about staying active, many doubt he'll take on the real champions and top contenders in his division. Instead, some believe he'll follow the same strategy he used with Lamont Roach, choosing a lesser-known opponent for an easy matchup. However, there's always the chance Davis has learned from past mistakes. If he decides to unify titles, he'll have to face elite names like Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Vasily Lomachenko, and others who are ready and waiting for a real challenge.
If you won this and that's your last fight, or still some more heads you gotta put on the wall?
Yeah, it's definitely some more heads.
Among all the potential opponents for Gervonta "Tank" Davis, one dream fight that fans and media have often discussed is a showdown with undisputed super bantamweight champion Naoya Inoue. The appeal comes from the fact that both fighters are dominant, explosive, and have crushed their competition. However, the chances of this fight happening seem slim due to several factors. Inoue, a 4-division world champion, is coming off a January win against Marlon Tapales and is rumored to be facing bantamweight champion Junto Nakatani, top contender Murajan Akhmadaliyev, or other challengers in his weight class. For him to fight Davis, Inoue would need to jump multiple weight divisions, making this matchup highly unlikely.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
But that's definitely in the back of my mind always. Like, just me training, I'd be like, damn.
Turki Al-Sheikh has shown interest in setting up a fight between GervontaDavis and Naoya Inoue. However, Davis previously dismissed the idea in 2023, saying the weight difference was too big. More recently, he posted, and later deleted, a message on social media via Seconds Out, saying, "I'm the only fighter you all want to see in the ring with everybody. Doesn't matter the weight." Right now, though, this fight remains a fantasy. Not long ago, Davis also mentioned wanting to fight Vasily Lomachenko, the former lightweight king and current IBF champion. A matchup between them would bring together two major networks and make a lot of sense. But just like the Inoue fight, it seems unlikely to happen anytime soon.
Or they asked for me to fight or something like Lomachenko, and he was like, he retired type of vibe. I don't know why I keep saying type of.
Boxing fans nearly saw this fight happen in 2024, but talks fell apart after Vasily Lomachenko decided to take the rest of the year off. According to ESPN, Lomachenko's manager, Aegis Klimas, told Steve Kim that Loma isn't motivated right now and wants to focus on his family. Loma is not in the mood at the moment. He doesn't have the motivation right now, Klimas said. He's taking time off and wants to spend more time with his family. Money alone doesn't drive him. The 37-year-old Ukrainian won the IBF title last May by defeating George Kambosos Jr., but has yet to defend the belt or show any clear signs of making a return.
Tired. And he was saying that I felt as though like he didn't really like, they were saying that he was scared or anything like that.
The IBF recently issued an ultimatum to Vasily Lomachenko, requiring him to face the winner of a proposed interim fight between Raymond Muratalla and Zorab Dulev. If Lomachenko follows through and takes on the winner, a potential fight with GervontaDavis in 2025 seems unlikely. Meanwhile, Davis's fight against Lamont Roach ended in controversy. He won by majority decision, but the bout sparked debate after he voluntarily took a knee in the 9th round without receiving a count from the referee. According to reports, if a 10-8 round had been scored, Roach would have won the WBA lightweight title. As a result, Roach's lawyer sent a letter to the New York State Athletic Commission demanding an investigation, as reported by Dan Raphael.
I don't think that's the case. I feel as though like he reached that point where as though it's hard for him to get up for a fight. You know, I feel as though like
Lamont Roach's team strongly argued that GervontaDavis should have been ruled as having retired or quit during the fight. They pointed to Davis turning away mid-round, walking to his corner, and partially exiting the ring as clear signs that he had removed himself from the bout. Roach and his team believe the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, would recognize this and declare him the rightful winner, either by technical knockout, disqualification due to Davis allegedly bringing an illegal irritant into the ring, or by adjusting the score to account for the missed knockdown. However, a final decision has now been made. According to Lance Pugmire, the NYSAC has ruled that the result will stand as a draw. More details are expected as the situation develops.
he's more so like, he's older now. He got kids too. It's more so about the kids now, I feel. Like, you know, all the...
Davis mentioned that Lomachenko's priorities have changed, saying he's older now, has kids, and is more focused on his family. Although the fight result remains unchanged, a rematch with Lamont Roach is still possible. Davis has made it clear he's open to facing Roach again, which could be an interesting option in a lightweight division filled with big names and young talent. Now that he holds a title, many fighters will be looking to challenge him. Davis has said he's ready for anyone willing to step into the ring with him. With this win, Davis becomes the second member of the 2020 and 2021 U.S. Olympic boxing team to claim a world title, following Oshie Jones, who won the IBF Junior Middleweight Championship last November.
But you fixed that.
It was a Valentine's Day to remember for Keyshawn Davis. The Norfolk native knocked out Dennis Baranchik in the 4th round to win the WBO lightweight title in front of a packed crowd at Madison Square Gardens Theater in New York on Friday night. Fight week was heated, with Davis accusing Baranchik's team of sending a racist package to his hotel room. However, when the bell rang, it turned out to be an easy night for Davis. Baranchik was never really in the fight, whether due to Davis's size advantage or the clear gap in skill between the two.
I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would not Tank short it out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that.
Keyshawn Davis, also known as the Businessman, secured his spot as the WBO mandatory challenger in style with a dominant second-round knockout over Gustavo Daniel Lemos in his last fight. After the win, He wasted no time calling out GervontaDavis when he grabbed the mic. Baranchyk was his immediate target, but he had more on his mind. "Hey Gervonta, knock knock," he shouted, making it clear he wants that fight. This matchup has been brewing for a while, with both lightweights trading shots on social media. There seems to be real tension between them, adding to the anticipation of a possible showdown.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that you got the power, you got the skill and ability, he's patient, you know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me.
Keyshawn Davis recently explained why he would never fight Shakur Stevenson, emphasizing their close relationship. However, when it comes to GervontaDavis, he has no hesitation. His trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, has been pushing for the fight, believing Keyshawn is the perfect opponent to dethrone the WBA lightweight champion. Bomac even compared the potential matchup to Terrence Crawford's dominant win over Errol Spence for the undisputed welterweight title in 2023. Keyshawn fully agrees with that comparison. Exactly how he said it. "I see myself putting the same beating on Gervonta as Terrence did," he told TalkSport. "I feel like his style is perfect for mine. I'm young, and I don't think it will go the full 12, but if it does, I'm ready."
And I'm coming with that same shit he coming with, and he know that his coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Tells him to go fight from Cuba. No, think I'm fighting.
Keyshawn Davis believes he has the upper hand over GervontaDavis in every way. "I'm smarter than him inside and outside the ring. I'm just smarter than him, period," he said. While acknowledging Gervonta's well-known knockout power, Keyshawn feels people haven't seen his full potential yet. "We always talk about that one punch. I have power too. I've knocked fighters out with one punch, but he's done it consistently. We know he has that, but we don't fully know what I have yet. I've only had 12 fights and have only faced truly elite competition in 3 of them. My fight with Baranchyk will be my 4th at that level, so there's still a lot people haven't seen." Keyshawn has also sparred with Gervonta twice during his amateur days, which has only boosted his confidence further.
Fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fighter. What you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro. Tank, you know.
Keyshawn Davis said he wasn't thinking about fighting GervontaDavis when they sparred in the past. "The first time I sparred him, I was 16. The second time, I was 21 and about to go to the Olympics. I just thought, okay, I just competed with one of the best pros, and I have the talent to go pro and be dominant." He recalled that their sparring sessions were competitive and believes he has always stood out, even as an amateur. "I've always been good. People have always said, 'Damn, you've got to spar Keyshawn.' I didn't just turn pro, and everybody knew me. I was like that before I made the Olympic team. I always had talent. I could always fight."
When Light Skin posted those messages about me sparring, I'm really looking at it like, okay, so what? That I DM'd you.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis seemed confident about sending a contract to Shakur Stevenson, calling him out for avoiding a fight against one of boxing's biggest names. However, it looks like Tank may not have been telling the full truth. Stevenson's team has responded, saying they have never received any offer from Davis or his team. The WBC lightweight champion, who is set to defend his title this weekend in Saudi Arabia, has made it clear there was no contract sent his way.
Or Matchroom. Gervonta said, quote, "Ninja sent him a contract. He went elsewhere." End of the quote. Now, one of the PBC.
Shakur Stevenson had already dismissed the contract claims months ago, calling Tank a liar and saying the whole story was fake. However, both he and GervontaDavis have admitted to having a verbal agreement about a potential fight. Stevenson's co-manager, James Prince, recently addressed the situation, saying Davis's claims are completely false. "There's no truth to that, no proof whatsoever," Prince told YSM Sports Media. He also suggested that Davis should check his sources before making such statements.
He said that Espinoza is lying, and recently, like yesterday on Cigar Talk, Shakur came out reacting to the news that Gervonta.
James Prince stood by Shakur Stevenson's claims, saying, "Everything Shakur says, he's telling the truth. He embraces opportunities when they come." He also suggested that Tank might have been misled about sending a contract, doubling down on his stance by adding, "That ain't never happened." While it's uncommon for GervontaDavis to outright lie, we'll have to wait for more developments on the situation. However, Prince did confirm that discussions about a potential fight between Davis and Stevenson are happening. He also noted that Shakur's stock has risen significantly, especially after his fight against Artem Harat-Union last year, which aired on live television instead of pay-per-view.
That's a lie. He's lying his ass off. If it's true, then show the contract. Show proof. Here is exactly what Shakur had to say.
Shakur Stevenson's fight against Artem Harat-Union drew an average audience of 1.2 million viewers, making a matchup with GervontaDavis a highly lucrative option. Both sides are interested in making the fight happen, but nothing has been finalized yet, which is the main reason for the delay. James Prince addressed the situation, saying, "There are always discussions, everybody talks about it, but nothing concrete. No paperwork has been given, no official offers have been made. It just never happened." Despite the contract controversy, Stevenson recently shared his thoughts on Tank, acknowledging that their potential fight could be a massive showdown.
I'm a real person. Like, I'm not gonna go up there and act like Tank is not a good fighter. I think Tank is a hell of a fighter. I think he's special. What he does with his talents is amazing to see. I love the way he boxes. But truthfully, same way he asks, "Oh, what have I done?"
The boxing world thrives on rivalries, and few potential matchups have generated as much excitement as Shakur Stevenson versus GervontaDavis. For years, the two have traded verbal jabs on social media, but have never faced each other in the ring. The tension continues to build, yet the fight remains just out of reach. Recently, Stevenson, the WBC lightweight champion, reignited the debate by criticizing Davis's resume. While he claimed, "I don't really care about this stuff," his recent comments suggest otherwise.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back when discussing GervontaDavis's resume. "I don't respect it because of all the clauses he puts in," Stevenson said in an interview with The Stomping Ground. "I get it. He's smaller than some guys, so he has to do these things for an advantage. But when it comes to fighting me, I think it could be the biggest fight in the world. It has to happen, but it's all up to him." This isn't the first time Stevenson has criticized Davis's level of competition. He previously said, "You're taking less talented fighters, putting them in the ring with yourself, and making them look like they're on your level when they're not." The two have been trading insults for a while. Last year, Davis called Stevenson an easy fight, while Stevenson warned that Tank was in for a rude awakening. That exchange only added fuel to the fire for what was expected to be their long-awaited clash.
Fight with Lamont Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready.
The fight never materialized, with negotiations falling apart. GervontaDavis was quick to blame Shakur Stevenson, claiming that Stevenson avoided the fight. He even took to X, posting, "I sent him a contract, but he went elsewhere. Get off my chest, you bum eater." Stevenson wasn't having it. In an interview on Cigar Talks, he fired back, saying, "On my life, Tank is a liar. If he sent me a contract, tell him to post it. Post that contract he sent me. That's what I want to see."
Yeah, I think it should happen, but I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you and then, he could try to make it seem as though I need him and I don't need him. So
GervontaDavis recently admitted that he plans to retire from boxing this year, making it unlikely that fans will see him face both Shakur Stevenson and other top contenders before he steps away. However, during a podcast with rapper Lil Yachty, Davis suggested he might not be done for good. "Yeah, I've been having thoughts about changing my mind," he said on a Safe Place podcast when asked about retirement. "I want to get myself together."
Get myself together, though.
Which is much more important.
Yeah, I really want to get myself together. Like, not retire, but take a break, But the only thing is,
Davis clarified that he's not retiring, but just taking a break. "I ain't going to lie. I already made a promise to Al Heyman. We're out of it," he said. "There's stuff I need to work on, like being there for my kids, going to school, and building myself up as a great human being." His latest comments follow a moment at the launch press conference for his fight against Lamont Roach, where he left fans stunned. Davis said, "After next year, I'm out of it, out of the sport. I can tell you my fights, it's over after this year. This is trash, garbage. I'm out. I'm fed up with it. I don't care about belts. I don't care about any of that."
I ain't gonna lie. I had already made a promise. I had already made a promise to Al, like, we out of it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I can stick around and just, I will help people. And
If Davis wants to be remembered as one of the all-time greats, he'll need to test himself against the top fighters in his division. That's all for now. For the latest updates on boxing news, events, and big moments, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on quality content. Until next time, peace out.